Hi, I'm Sweetie Abochi, serving you the AM News Bulletin this morning on the AM show. Details now. There's pressure mounting on government to disclose details regarding 2 flights that landed in Ghana in early March and later departed for Gran Canaria on March 25th. The flights, an air ambulance and a private jet, allegedly stayed in the country for 5 days, but no evidence has surfaced to confirm the air ambulance was carrying any patient. Ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee, John Intim Fojo, is calling on national security to review the cargo content of these aircraft, expressing concerns that they may have been involved in drug trafficking or money laundering.
Of air med flights and Cavoc Air private jets transporting suspected cocaine and cash. Ladies and gentlemen, on another security matter related to our airspace, the Minority Caucus calls on national security to, as a matter of urgency, make public the content of cargo suspected to be cocaine and cash transported into the country by 2 suspicious flights, namely Air Med flights NH23AM and Cavoc Air private jets Antonov and 12B, which landed on the tarmac of Kotoka International Airport in March 2025 from Gran Canaria, an island of Spain, and departed to the same Gran Canaria days after their arrival.
But the minority is also pressing for an update on the seizure of gold bars and cash by national security operatives on February 9th. The items were confiscated from a warehouse in Sappeman, but nearly 2 months later, there has been no official update on that investigation.
On national security's raid on 12 containers containing gold and cash. On February 9, 2025, national security conducted a major raid on a warehouse in Sappeman in the South municipality in Accra, where they uncovered 12 20-foot containers filled with gold bars and unspecified amount of cash in various denominations of US dollars and Ghana cedis, worth over several billions of dollars. This operation was widely carried by various media outlets in Ghana. Nearly 2 months after this operation, national security has failed to brief the public on the status of their investigation relating to the corporates behind the billions of gold and cash stashed in the 12 containers, and failed to disclose the actual quantity of gold and the specific amount of money retrieved during the operation and what the state intends to do with the gold and cash currently in the custody of national security. We demand accountability. We demand national security to give account of the gold bars and the cash retrieved and what they intend to do with it.
Well, that's not all. The minority is also urging the government to resume the procurement process for offshore patrol vessels for the Ghana Navy, following a recent pirate attack that led to the kidnapping of crew members.
On the matter of reported pirate attack, while we urge full-scale investigation to the incident to apprehend the pirates, we call on the government to resource the Ghana Navy with a required complement of offshore patrol vessels to fully equip the Ghana Navy to more comprehensively and effectively safeguard our waters.
Away from that, 2 people have died after an illegal mining pit collapsed at Impasetia Yawenkwanta in the Trimwa-Mponua district of the Ashanti region on Tuesday morning. Several others are feared trapped as rescue efforts continue. The identities of the deceased and those still trapped are yet to be confirmed, and local residents, along with police and security agencies, are working to retrieve the bodies and rescue others. Nana Nkansa is a resident, and he spoke to JoyNews about the tragic incident.
Face no, if you want the face no down, and the face no down, and the omudity echo assassin and Casade as I pick in omudebo.
Okay.
Na we no omodi dia mana kwa ase anymore and nam say ase no na epekema omoninte no omoni ni soro de no Enti no omu didi aseɛ no omu dwiridwiri aseɛ nsa omu di pick na bobo aseɛ sa nti ebasa na esoro ni seal because the load in the weight ni nyina be dey abegina top. Okay. Enti no na omu ahwɛ because omu concentration wo sika na omu nya no so nti no omu adwiri ni so se bia ade na omu yɛ no so ehu abitima sa dey adwiri asa de eku omu. Enti no mu
Well, you want to stay with us because when we get to our big stories, we get to more details on that. But in other stories, especially in the Western Central region, the police have arrested 11 individuals, including 4 Chinese nationals, for illegal mining along the Bonsa River and a site near Wasagona. The operation, which took place on March 31st, led to the confiscation of several mining equipment, while the suspects who confessed to the illegal activities are now in police custody.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam. As it is, it has been the policy of the Inspector General of Police and the Ghana Police Service in general to clamp down on this illegal mining. But it's not an easy task. But we are doing our best. And on this day, our intelligence team has monitored activities of some illegal miners along the Bonsa River. And on the 31st, that's yesterday, we had the green light that when we move, we could get them.
Well, that's it for Galamsey, but a deadly outbreak of African swine fever has hit Damongo in the Savannah region, killing hundreds of pigs and putting the livelihoods of farmers at risk. A number of communities are struggling to contain the disease, with some burying infected pigs to curb its spread. Many are still recovering from a previous outbreak in 2023, and some say they may have to abandon pig farming altogether if the situation persists. Moving on, hundreds of traders counting their losses after the Doom Blue Light Arena fire may soon get some relief. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council and the Gender Ministry to engage banks on easing loan repayment terms for affected business owners. Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amakohene says some victims, having lost everything, are also receiving psychological support. And Nanaya Aljima will tell us more in this report.
According to figures from the National Disaster Management Organization, about 2,900 people were affected by the Doom fire. By the figure, 1,500 people claim not to be in position to feed themselves, hence foodstuff support. Dr. Amakohene indicated records have shown some persons are indebted to banks.
Some of them who come in complain about their bankers still, pestering them for repayment of loans. I made this information available to His Excellency the President, who has requested that we take the details of the traders and their bankers so that we will get to know the loans they have taken and be able to intervene.
Dr. Amakohene reveals a holistic support is being extended to the victims.
I think there was a key issue about psychological support. So that one too, we have laid the team from Confanoche, who we refer them to when the issues come up. There are others too who come in here, and if you look at their condition, you realize that they need some level of support. As regional minister on behalf of the president, I encourage them that the government is willing to support them.
Meanwhile, some philanthropists continue to offer financial support to the fire victims. Renowned road and building contractor Emmanuel Abuaje has extended financial support of 500,000 cedis to persons affected by the fire. The amount was received by the Regional Coordinating Council on behalf of the traders. I am from Kumasi and I know the role small businesses play in the local economy. I am aware of the negative impact of the fire on your business. My foundation has decided to support people in need. So in response to the regional minister's call, I am here to support you with 500,000 cedis, and I call on all to respond in similar manner. Reconstruction of the market is uncertain as the Regional Coordinating Council wait on the Asantehene for a determination. For JoyNews, Nana Jima reporting.
Let's stay the Ashanti region because residents of Ejiso, Asaman are struggling, with erratic water supply due to frequent breakdowns of the community's borehole. Many now rely on neighboring boreholes to meet their daily water needs. While they seek temporary solutions, they are calling on the government for a lasting fix to the crisis. Nana Ojima again.
The existing borehole at Ejiso Asaman, built in the early 90s, has gone through several renovations. The regular breakdowns and repairs have drained the community until some residents began to sink boreholes for private use, mainly turned to streams for water supply. Stephen Buama is assembly member for Tikrum, Baro, Asaman electoral area.
We sometimes turn to the stream when the borehole develops a fault. We share the stream with animals. The repairs on the borehole may take time sometimes due to the costs involved.
Akwesi Brobe, a resident of the area, is worried about possible disease outbreak in the community.
A lot of us turn to the stream for water to survive. We can't continue to drink from unsafe water sources. It can cause diseases among the people.
Through a partnership between Rotary Club of Kumasi Premier International and electronic giants LG, a solar-powered borehole has been commissioned for the community. Katechi Efrifa is marketing manager of LG.
In Ghana specifically, there's a lot of sunlight. How are we going to convert this sunlight to make sure that it is also to our benefit?
Meanwhile, Rotary Club of Kumasi Premier International is encouraging the community to institute measures to maintain the facility. Rotarian Avinash Lakani is president-elect.
They've really got something good on their hands here. I think they should take very good care of it. They should maintain it because we know as a club that they do have more needs regarding sanitation issues. The club can always partner with them and do much more for the community provided the facilities that are given to them are maintained.
Now, back here in Accra, Kolebu Teaching Hospital is optimistic that partnerships with international organizations will equip local health practitioners with the skills to perform full cleft palate surgeries. This follows a collaboration with NGO Operation Smile Ghana, which successfully restored the smiles and speech of 45 children through corrective surgery. More in this report.
The corrective surgeries conducted over a period of 9 days benefited 45 children from across the country. Cleft palate is a congenital condition where there is an opening or gap in the roof of the mouth that can affect speech, eating, and overall health. The 3-year partnership between the Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the Operation Smile team has helped improve the speech of children born with the condition. Head of the National Plastic Reconstructive Unit at the hospital, Dr. Pokuwari Ampoma, added the initiative has helped to boost the morale of the children.
For this particular project, we call it a speech surgery project because it is not the regular cleft lip and cleft palate reconstruction that we have been doing. These are a subset of patients who have had their palates fixed. Now, the palate is an important element if you're able to speak properly. And so for some of the patients, even though the palate has been repaired, they are still not able to speak very clearly. Help is available within Ghana, and it's just a phone call away. So we have the contact line for Patient Smile, or you can come directly to the center, or you can call the center, either way.
Dr. Ampoma further expressed hope such collaborations would facilitate the investment in equipping the partnering health facilities, as well as build the capacity of the local surgeons who join the Operation Smile team, so they can also perform such complete surgeries on their own.
In terms of funding, in terms of support for these patients at the district level, because previously we had only about 4 speech therapists
in Ghana. Now there are about 54 of them.
A speech therapist with the team, Deidre Maloon, who highlighted how communication difficulties due to cleft palates affect the quality of life of children, noted a need for more speech therapists to train them after the surgeries.
And after the surgery, and this is very important, it's not finished. The patient needs to continue with a program of speech therapy. So what is happening here in Ghana is very important, because the Operation Smile team here in Ghana is being able to provide really good surgery with a local team, and also to provide speech therapy with a local team.
Yearly, parents of children with cleft palates look forward to the Operation Smile team visiting Ghana. Their ultimate desire is to have access, a free one, to these life-changing surgeries so they can see their children communicate effectively and confidently.
Imagine going to school but not knowing where you'll sit. For years, students at Nwaso Inji Anglican Basic School had to take turns learning because there weren't enough classrooms. Their main block, destroyed by a heavy downpour years ago, left them studying under makeshift structures. But that struggle is finally over thanks to American rapper Ja Rule and NGO Pencils of Promise, who stepped in to change their story. My colleague Jacqueline Ansoma tells us more.
What started as a promise has now become a reality. A 6-unit classroom block now stands where the rooms once were, bringing relief to students and teachers alike. The shift system is now a thing of the past, and for the first time in years, every child at Nyaso Anglican Basic School can sit in the proper classroom without worrying about space or the weather.
This school was chosen for this project to specifically end the shift system that existed in this school for years. This system was scrapped by the Ghana Education for years, but this school cannot help but to continue to run the shifts.
For American rapper and singer Ja Rule, this isn't about fixing classrooms. It's about building dreams. He believes education goes beyond textbooks and that activities like sport and the art can play a big role in shaping the future of these pupils.
I'm really, really excited and honored. There's a lot of emotions running right now. This is like one of the most, it's probably the most important thing that I've done in my career. So it's very amazing to me, yeah.
You were talking about expanding the facilities, that is the gym, the dance and all that. Do you think is equal to the classroom experience?
Well, for some kids it will be, and for some kids the classroom experience will be everything, and for some, those recreational experiences will be everything. But they go hand in hand. The two are synonymous. Education and arts and sports and all those things are really, really good for kids, because especially athletics, it teaches them teamwork and camaraderie. So I definitely want to make that a part of their learning experience.
And while the adults focused on overcoming challenges, the students were focused on celebrating. For them, this isn't just a building, it's a second chance.
I am happy about the new classroom. Thank you, Daru. Thank you, Pencils of Promise.
From struggling to finding a place to learn to finally sitting in their own classrooms, the pupils at Nyaso Anglican Basic School have seen their story rewritten. Jaru and Pencils of Promise didn't just make a promise, they delivered right on time. For JoyNews, I'm Jacqueline Ansoma Yapoa.
From that amazing story from Jacqueline and Somaya Bois, let's head into our business update now with Benjamin Akakpo.
Thank you for staying. Let's get right into the stories now. And ranking member of Parliament's Committee on Economy and Development, Kojo Ponkroma, has announced his committee's commitment to ensuring fiscal prudence and preventing budget overruns. According to him, his committee will be partnering the Budget Committee to achieve exactly that. Now, speaking on Business Live, Mr. Oponkroma stated that the committee's focus on preventing budget overruns was particularly significant given the government's efforts at reducing expenditure and achieving economic stability.
The job of the budget committee, and we will be assisting them from the economy side, is to ensure that all of these things are adhered to so that you don't have overruns in the end. There's quite elaborate provision in the Public Financial Management Act. We haven't been too excellent in applying or enforcing it, but I think what we need to do now with these new standing orders and multiple committees keeping an eye on it is to ensure that those who are responsible for the application of these funds stick with the PFMA regulation.
In our other story for this morning, the Ghana cedi placed 7th as the strongest currency in Africa as of the end of the first quarter of 2025. Its currency per value was estimated at 15.48 Ghana cedis to $1 American dollar. Now, this rating is courtesy of the Forbes currency calculator. Here's more.
According to the Bank of Ghana, the cedi lost 5.3% in value on the interbank market in the first quarter of 2025. However, it's depreciated by nearly 3% to the American greenback in the retail market. Tunisia's dinar was the strongest currency so far this year in Africa. Its currency value per US dollar was estimated at 3 dinar. It was followed by the Libyan dinar, Morocco's dirham, Botswana's pula, Seychelles rupee, and Eritrean nakfa in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th respectively. In 8th, 9th, and 10th were the Lesotho loti, Namibian dollar, and South African rand respectively. The top 5 countries saw a slight increase in currency value compared to the list last month. According to Forbes, a strong and stable currency is a valuable economic asset for any country, especially African countries pursuing long-term growth and global competitiveness. Again, a stable currency serves as a cushion against economic shocks, preserving purchasing power and economic confidence. An example is Kenya's shillings that has been steady as a result of foreign inflows from non-governmental organizations and remittances.
Well, and that's how we cap it off for our business update and also wrap for the main news. But stick and stay with us. The news review is up next. Political scientist and director of the Center for European Studies, Dr. Kwame Asante, joins us in a bit. We'll be right back.